Good morning and welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. It's Sunday, August 21st. I'm Lauren Squires, joined once again by meteorologist Rusty Lord. Rusty, looking like it's going to be a beautiful day out.
Not a lot.
New this morning, 2 are killed in a crash in rural Lancaster County. The Lancaster Sheriff's Department says the driver of a blue 1988 Dodge Dynasty ran a stop sign at Southwest 114th and West Pella Road near Hallam, now just before 6 yesterday evening. The car was hit on the driver's side by a pickup. The driver and passenger in the car were pronounced dead at the scene. They're identified as Dylan Slima, of Wilbur, Nebraska, and Franklin Cervena of Claytonia. Now, deputies say neither were wearing their seatbelts. 6 people were in the pickup, though, and all are reportedly wearing seatbelts. They were released from the hospital after they were treated. Now, the end of the flood is finally in sight. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has finally started dialing back the floodgates. On Saturday, the Corps cut back the discharge from the Gavins Point Dam from 145,000 cubic feet per second. It begins the process of dialing back the discharge to 5,000 cubic feet per second every day. After a brief delay next month, the Corps hopes to hit 40,000 CFS by October 1st. And good news for us here in Omaha, the Corps expects the Missouri River to be back in its banks by mid-September. And cleanup continues in Omaha and Council Bluffs from Thursday night's damaging storms. Hundreds of trees were brought down by high winds, thousands of cars and buildings damaged by hail, some the size of tennis balls. But a small town in Iowa was hit even bigger. Almost all the homes in Mineola, about 20 miles south of Omaha, were pounded by hail, windows shattered, roofs heavily damaged, the siding off many homes pounded. Cars and trucks were caught outside, covered in golf ball-like dimples. Now, people taking shelter inside from the storm say they're amazed at the destruction.
I was walking in my kitchen when...
Back in Omaha, Mayor Jim Suttle says the city will replace the hundreds of lights, the string of pearls along Abbott Drive. Some 250 to 300 lights were shattered by the large hail Thursday night. City officials estimate a cost in excess of $500,000. A Nebraska Army National Guard soldier was laid to rest yesterday in Lincoln. Staff Sergeant Patrick Hamburger was killed 2 weeks ago when his helicopter was shot down in Afghanistan. He was among 30 Americans and 8 Afghans who died August 6th. Hamburger was a flight engineer based in Grand Island. His chopper transporting a team of U.S. Navy SEALs to combat when it was shot down. Friends and family yesterday gathered to remember and pay respect.
Really bittersweet.
Hamburger was in Afghanistan for less than 2 weeks when his chopper was shot down. He leaves behind a lifelong girlfriend and 2 daughters. A stunt pilot from Iowa has been killed in a crash in the Kansas City Air Show. The crash caught on video. Now, we do warn you, this video may be disturbing to some of our viewers. It was captured by a 12-year-old boy from his cell phone. Brian Jensen, who's originally from Atlantic, Iowa, was at the controls of this Red Pitts special biplane. He just completed an aerobatic maneuver when his plane spun and plunged to the ground once it hit, bursting into flames, you can see right here, while everyone was watching.
I was watching the plane, went up.
Jensen died instantly. No one on the ground was injured. It's not yet known exactly what went wrong. The Kansas City Air Show was canceled for the rest of the day, but is rescheduled to resume today. And just after this newscast, you can catch the latest Meet the Press. Savannah Guthrie tells us what to expect. And we've got much more ahead for you this Sunday morning. Some of our newest viewers are turning 1 today and staying safe as college students head back to school this morning's burglaries and break-ins. Good morning and welcome back. You're taking a live look at our city cam at I-80 and 680 looking east. Traffic flowing just great. Looking to be a beautiful Sunday. I guess I'll take those warm temperatures instead of, the cold winter months that we complain about.
That's the thing. Some people don't like the humidity.
Still ahead, we get into Omaha's 2 of their top attractions for one low price. We'll tell you how. And an apparently abandoned home raising concerns for people living nearby. The story on this morning's neighborhood just ahead. This is Channel 6 Live, Sunday morning. And welcome back. You're taking a live look at our city cam at I-80 and 480 looking north. Looks like a beautiful day. Well, here's how you could probably spend it.
All right, we're back.
Thank you, Jeff. Again, the 80th birthday celebration for the Joslyn Art Museum, 22nd and Dodge, and the Durham Museum, 10th and Leavenworth, just south of the Old Market. The event runs from noon until 5 today. Admission discounted gets you into both museums, just $5 for adults, $4 for children under 18. Well, the younger kids are already back in school, and tomorrow college students head back to campus, most of them loaded up with at least one expensive tech device like a laptop or an iPad, maybe a smartphone, or maybe all three. This morning, Jim Seidlecki shows us a new program that might keep these items from getting stolen while at school. Here's burglaries and break-ins. Those are some great tips. Now, a neighborhood eyesore is getting worse. That's because neighbors say it's an abandoned house. And it's not only ugly, but it's a safety hazard. Today, Mike McKnight shows us what's next door in this neighborhood news. Now, the homeowner claims she turned the house back over to the bank, but the banker tells Mike he doesn't have control of the property and legally can't touch it. In the meantime, the house will be back on the list for city mowing, and eventually it will be in line for demolition when money becomes available. Still ahead this morning, a final check with Rusty and the hour-by-hour forecast. Also up next, a look at what's ahead this week. We're live. Tens of thousands of students hit the books, and the biggest and loudest summer attraction in Bellevue, just two of the stories making the news in the week ahead. On Monday, students at UNL head back to school for the fall semester. To help welcome back students on campus, there will be food, music, and fun. Students will be able to show their Maverick and Husker pride before hitting the books for the rest of the school year. Then Monday night, Omaha's Old Market goes glam. Omaha's Fashion Week kicks off with a red carpet event featuring some of the region's up and coming young designers and stylists. Just a few weeks ago, the models practiced in Turner Park. The Omaha Fashion Week will be making the news ahead this week. Then next weekend, over the skies of Bellevue, they'll be alive with the sights and sound of the Defenders of Freedom Air Show. This year, the U.S. Air Force F-15E Strike Eagle demo team will be headlining the spectacular aerial performance at the base there, and that is this week ahead. Now, Rusty, beautiful day outside. What can we expect?
Well, so far so good today. There are a few thunderstorms off to the west. They're trying to hold on, but I don't think they're going to make a...
I'll take it. Well, that wraps up our local newscast this Sunday morning.
And of course, you can join John.